What's going on, everybody? My name is Esco Zhang. You are watching the only Chinese and English bilingual show on YouTube. I cover things happened in China, about China. In this video, I have 3 stories prepared. So the main one, the first one, it gave me no pleasure to talk about it. All right. So first I play, let you see what is going on. There's a lot of oranges on the ground. Nearby is a highway. So probably you can guess that some truck overturned. And yes, but you probably don't know, these people are not helping the driver. They are doing quite the opposite. They are looting. They are taking advantage of the situation. So here, the title says that a cargo full of oranges overturned, spilling the oranges on the ground. The villagers nearby, they 疯抢. We have a specific word in Chinese for this kind of behavior. Now, this is nothing new. It's regularly, I've seen news like this regularly, like maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, something like this. So they have a specific word for this. It means that it happens regularly. Sometimes we call it 疯抢, sometimes we call it 哄抢. It means looting, but doesn't mean that you loot a store. You really, it happened like the truck had an accident. Most of the time, the truck overturned or the cargo spilled. These people, instead of help, they loot. Or you can say rob or steal, for lack of better words. I try to find the exact English word for Chinese word 哄抢, but since it's a Chinese thing, you don't have a exact English word for that. Now, another thing, it happened like in January 5th, Hebei province, Xintai city, at 13 p.m. In this highway, when the truck drove to this area, so the truck overturned. The oranges spilled all around the ground. These villagers, they just grabbed and go. They just looted. So they say like the oranges that is worth of 150,000 Chinese yuan suddenly gone within 2 hours. After the driver called the police, the 110 is the equivalent of 911. So they came to the scene and helped only got 30,000 yuan of oranges. Luckily, nothing happened to the driver. The driver didn't had injury during the accident, and also these villagers, they are going for the oranges. They don't harm the driver, definitely. They came with the bags. So somebody saw, there is a truck and there's a lot of oranges. They called, they spread the information. People living around, they all come. It's shameful, as a Chinese to see things like this. My analysis for why it happened is that, number one, it's because they're poor, and poor people, oranges could be expensive for them. You don't see things happen in the city, in the Chinese city, very rarely. Most of the cases it happened in the rural areas. The economical reason, being poor is the primary reason. Number two is because people are selfish. People are selfish, especially toward strangers. These drivers, these cars, these trucks, they are definitely not from the local area, so they don't give a F about their, well-being or in this case their possession. They just took the driver's possessions. You would think that China being a socialism country, everybody shall care about other people, but not that much. You're pretty much on your own. You fend for yourself. I'm sad for the drivers, and also it, even if the police came, the police can't do nothing about it. Basically, can't do nothing about it. And this is not an individual thing. A lot of people, they do it, because a lot of people, they do it, they think it's okay. And the police, they don't really have the power to arrest them for this. I mean, in some cases, the police, they do arrest them, detain them for 5 days. It's just shameful. Another news is a sadder news, story. Here, it also happened. This story happened in Shantou, Guangdong province. This is a pregnant cow. This cow was about to be slaughtered. So somehow, some way, the cow knew her fate. So he knelt. He knelt again and again. Some people, they saw this, they put it online and went viral. And the good news is that at the finally, in the end, the cow was saved. Some temple, not some temple, some netizens, they raised money for the cow. They bought it, and the cow was adopted by a temple, so they will not slaughter her in the future. Some bad animals, they have this kind of sense. They know that their days are coming, especially, for them, like cows, bulls. They just don't talk, but they know what is going on. So, here is the WeChat red packet. Somebody, they may have a group for this. Everybody contributing money. So finally, they raise the money to buy the cow and send the cow to a nearby temple. This is also this news.
叫了，叫马去把个故乡修。
A lot of animals, in China, they know that they to be killed, because in China there's no, especially in the rural area, most of the time the animals are killed with knife, very brutal, very cruel. They don't have like the probably in America they have this kind of stunning method. They kill it at once without the animals knowing. But here, even before they came to the scene, they probably could smell the blood. They could see the blood. These animals could even see the dead. They are, how to say it, fellow animals. So the animals, know that these people, they are about to slaughter him, so they act this way. So luckily for this call, he kept kneeling and kneeling down. Somehow they put it online. They think, oh, the cow is very, very human. She's like a human. So they find it. Oh, it's very, very cruel to kill her. We better raise some money to buy her off that. The last news, we have seen agricultural products. We have seen cows. Now at the end, let's care about the well-being of real people. But also, like the two other news, this news is side 2. So here it said that for 网约车 is like internet hailing or online hailing car drivers, mainly Didi drivers. In the West, probably you should be more familiar with Uber. Here we have Didi, which is basically like Uber. So recently, within 4 days, there were 4 Didi drivers or internet car hailing drivers died in their cars. On January the 1st in Shenzhen, this driver, 44, male, died on the scene. Now he was found. He was found on the New Year. The car stayed there at 11 p.m. So he probably died either last year or this year. So the next day at 11 a.m., this dude, he lost. People can't find him for over 24 hours. Finally, his company, Didi, maybe it's Didi or some other, maybe could be some other platforms. So anyway, they found him. He was also on his car, in his car. Oh, he's laying down on the back seat, facing down toward the mat, no breathing. Also on 2nd January, a Didi driver, only 26 years old, after driving for the whole night, he died at home. Suddenly, 猝死 means died suddenly. The next day, in the morning, in Huiyan County, Fujian Province, another Didi driver was found died in car. He was 58 years old. Wow. So at that time, he had already died for 3 or 4 days. So nobody knew that he died there for for 3 or 4 days. Before that, he been to the hospital for a while. So this happened only after a month after he left the hospital. He always drove his car working to the working overnight. What does it mean? It means like life is getting harder and harder. I told you before, 2019 is not good for China's economy. Is people here, a lot of people, they're losing money. A lot of people, they're working very hard, not making enough money, so they have to work longer. I'm talking about 10, 11, 12 hours every day, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 356 5 days a year. Or maybe they only have maybe like 5 days break in the Chinese New Year. So, what can I say? A little bit of silence for them. And with that, I'm about to end this video. So thanks for watching. I'm out.